Well, good evening everybody. Linda Ray, Texas Girls Farm. And as you can see, this evening the chickens are already put up. I waited. Later it came out and again the young leghorns were still staying out. So I've wetted down their pen. I wetted down the goat's pen. They've been fed. Everybody's put up and got the lawnmower back with new front tires. So yeah, that was fun. But it's another hot one today. Not a whole lot going on. Had run in town. Spent some time again up at my mother's. And we're just kind of hanging out. Wait for this time, which is 7:15, 7:30, is a lot more tolerable than earlier. As you can see, past the tree man's truck, which is loaded all up the road there. On my way back home with the lawnmower, I mowed. And I mowed all of what I could get along the ditch line here. And mowed along right up here. Because this drops off too sharp and got them little trees. And yeah, same thing with that right there. But yeah, as you can see, he was cutting some trees today. How? With this heat, I don't know. But he is working in the shade down there. That is my Rose of Sharon. Hasn't bloomed yet. Still a baby, but it looks like it may be getting ready to bloom. And there's my cornflowers, or Xoxo.Mari. They're all blooming. There was only like 3 blooms and they're still blooming. There was a whole bunch of them planted. I think 4 or 5 planted there. So there's one there that hasn't done very much. But there was a couple more that way and it looks like they haven't done anything. One thing that surprised me, that's muscadine grapevine. What surprised me is this. And yeah, it's all wilt and everything, but that's hibiscus. There's one here, and then there's one over to the left of the trailer down there, and I don't see any blooms on it, but bless his heart, if it was opened up and had a little drink of water, it would probably look really, really pretty. But this is the, yeah, planted it. My sister gave it to me last year, the first year that it's bloomed, so I'm happy. Well, I can already show you he cleaned up some of the, there was a tree or two that was laying here. He cleaned this back up, and looks like he cleaned up some of that. He cleaned up some more of this, and you can see I'm standing on the road. Cleaned up some more of this, and it looks like he cleaned up some more of this today. I know he was cutting trees on further down. Well, you can look, he's done opened all of that up and got it piled back up. But when I talked to him, he said he wasn't gonna light it anymore. I told him it was still slowly burning last night, but as you can see, he's moved all that. There's another tree to cut up and log, and I'm going to carefully walk through all this. But from yesterday's late video, he's opened all this up, cut those branches up, stacked them up there. But where I saw him today, he was up here, and almost to the point where my sister had pushed that old rotten log in, and there was a tree that he had previously cut. Matter of fact, it's right there laying down, and I'm going to be very careful walking in here between Slytherins and poison ivy. But this is where he was working today. Opening it up more toward the road. Some of these little elms, hopefully. That one looks like an oak. Cedar, holly. So some of this, like this little cedar, probably be taken down this, and then it'll be all opened up. So it's looking really, 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 really nice. So I don't know what's going over here in this pile, because it's right up next to a great big old pine, but that's where a big old tree was. So I'm thinking he's gonna get some of this and probably put it over there on the burn pile. And there's some more on the other side. Haven't been over there in a while because all this, there's trees kind of blocking, kind of like there's trees blocking it now. But he was over here, I guess, later, because I got back from town about 12:30 because I had taken Mother lunch. And I went and just dropped the tires off for Nick so when he had a chance to put them on. But yeah, he's cut up a bunch of this, and there's a big old pine tree up in there. But yeah, y'all know what it looked like yesterday, so it was a big old one. There's another top, so he's probably going to carry some of this over to this pile. But once all that gets cleaned up, we can actually see down in here. But there's more bigger trees, as you can see what's in front of me, that he had cut down, that he's got to come in here and get all the tops so we can burn them. But this is far back as I've been in a while, and I think that one, I can't tell if it's, no, it's still, it may be the very top of it, may, you can see the T-post in the background, it may attach the fence, but I'm not sure. But yeah, and all these big stumps, and I'm not for sure. That's another sweet gum, but it's doubled, so it's probably no good. And that tree and that tree, so hopefully he'll come and take some of them. But all this, and this is the other side of that pile, the back side, and I've showed it in previous videos, but for some of the new subscribers, you guys haven't ever seen back here. And this is as far as I'm walking this evening. I'm not going to get back in here. There's just too much debris, and you can't see what's on the ground, you know, walking through any of that. So, but there's that, oh, that big patch of hollies that way back in the fall when Brooke and I were cleaning up there, we'd come down through here and had a path. So, yeah, slowly getting down here, open it up. I don't want it totally open up, but this is good. I mean, once I start cleaning things out, and the sun gets down this ground, we're gonna have grass growing. But I'm amazed at what he's done with this pile. I mean, if y'all watched the video last night, y'all saw this pile, and my little fire was over there, and he's kind of rearranged all kinds of stuff, and moved all this from behind us over here. But yeah, he's got him a load. It's too hot to be having to work, I mean, you know, cutting trees and stuff, and he cleaned all that up, the path, and got more of the logs more around that away. But yeah, he's pulled them all that way, because y'all know they were laying this way towards us last night. But because there's where my little fire was. But yeah, it's looking good. I mean, if you look from back here up, opening paths, we got a lot of work still to do, but it's looking really, really good. He's still got some logs laying on the ground up here. This tree, I don't know about. I don't know if it's any good or not, but that's going to be, if you go all the way around, then we'll try and walk. It's been a while, but he has been going back and forth with this tractor. But we've got a bunch of brush in there, a bunch of trees that need to be burned up. He's got a big old pile behind those trees that need to be burned. All these tops need to be gotten out of there and burnt. But yeah, he's opened this path back up. And for y'all that's been with the channel, y'all know that big fire was right here. Pretty much, it's a little bit further that way that we burnt back in the fall. And he said today he wasn't going to light anything else until it rained, because it's getting kind of dry. But getting down here by this pile kind of puts things in perspective, just how big they are. So yeah, there's a bunch of brush. I'm trying to be careful walking. I haven't been back down to the pond. We haven't talked about getting the bulldozer or anything like that anymore. So I just told him, just let me know when he can get one and the cost of it, and we'll get back to work on that. And you see, we're back over here. So this is where I was mowing before they cut the new road, which I like that road much better. It may change up a little bit. It may decrease from over on that side when that kind of gets smoothed out a little bit where I have a backyard. We'll see. But it looks like he may have been down here a little bit and getting some more dirt. This is all opened up. That's where we're smoldering last night. Let's just walk down here and look. Oh, I don't even think I showed y'all. He cleaned up all this. He got those treetops from around that side. So we'll go this way, because y'all haven't seen from this direction. I just kind of watch where I'm stepping. But yeah, he moved all that back because it was all pushed up against here. We couldn't really get back here. And I want it bermed up, but I don't want it this big of a berm. I want to be able to somehow try and keep it mowed. I used to keep all this right in here, around all these hollies, and all of this where it was grass. I'd keep it mowed last year. Hadn't been able to do that this year because I couldn't get down here because of all the tree tops from the trees that he had dropped. But this is the view. We got a good big old, I think it's an oak. Yeah, big old oak tree right here. And he kind of made a little platform. So if I want to stock it with fish, see how you can tell the dark color over there on the side and down at the bottom, how much wetter it is. But it's a good sized pond, and it kind of goes back and opens up, and that way when we get cows down here, they can, you know, gradually, when it fills up, walk down in here, get a drink of water, and then when it gets full, they can go over there to the edge. And there's where the culvert is on the creek, so it'll feed feed the pond. When the pond gets full, the natural spillway will carry the water on. But this over here is one of the reasons we're talking about getting a bulldozer, because I want it bermed, but I want it down and being manageable where I can mow it. You know, move this dirt on further down along the bank and just knock it all down. And hopefully get another bigger culvert over there, because that's just a little short. You know, you can drive a vehicle. I mean, the guy's bobcat that he was mulching with, he went over it last year. But yeah, that's what it looks like in this whole group of hollies. I'll get in here. There was poison ivy all in there last year, and I cleaned it all out, and then I came down and I mowed. So I'll be probably opening that up. It's such a good, this is where the deer stay a lot, and over there because it's so thick. But yeah, I don't know what the temperature is, but I know it's hot because I'm already soaked wet again, just in this little walk. But yeah, he's got a bunch of the tops, some of the stuff from even over here he's gotten. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have him take that right there, that one that's fell over, and that one, I don't know what that is. I think it's an elm, I'm not for sure. Take it out. So once the pond gets all situated, we'll have a view from the back of the house. Look out over the pond back here, and because that's where the deer come now. The deer always came right down in here anyway, and they'll come down. And there's a big hole right in through here that used to be part of a creek, some kind of creek. I don't know. I think it was an overflow. I'm not for sure, but we're gonna get that filled up. I think it's right there. Can't really tell with it being all grown up, but yeah, that tree has fell on this other side. I think I'm going to get him to just take this, and then that'll be opened up and leave the big ones. But yeah, so that's what happening this evening. I see a few clouds, but don't look like anything that's going to bring us any rain. It'd be so nice. But yeah, one day at a time. I don't know what he's got on his trailer. Oh, I think, it's some of that wire and a T-post, and the concrete for the braces that he pulled up. But all that mess right there. Oh, look at that brace. Oh my God, how thin it is. But all this right here was up there on that corner. That I know the green wire was, because we thought we'd got it all up, and it was all buried down in the dirt, and he got it. But it's all coming along day at a time. Still haven't got any kind of quote as far as the concrete or the build. I figure let's see, it's been about 5 days. I'm thinking about maybe another week or so. He might have me a quote and be available to do some more work. He's had his little girl, and that's fine. You can never spend too much time with your children. And I'd rather him be, since he spent his weekend over here working, I would rather him be spending time with that little girl than worrying about doing any work over here. Yeah. Your kids always come first. Family. You gotta get that time in there. And in today's society, and all this, these marriages that have ended in divorce, where the wives or mothers usually get custody, and the dads get visitation, you know. Y'all know how it works. Well, I think the ones who are at a disadvantage are the kids. Not having that male figure around. I can attest to that. My mom and dad divorced when I was 2. My sister was 1. She never remarried. And, I mean, we grew up really independent and headstrong. Learned how to do things for ourselves. Taught ourselves things. Didn't let the fact that we were female stop us from learning. But in some situations, it would have been so much nicer to have a male figure around. Maybe in some social interactions and stuff like that. But yeah, dads need to spend time with the kids. I mean, I even seen that in my son's life, where we were in Virginia, and Dad was at one point in Hawaii, then Texas, then Minnesota, then Alaska. All the time my son was growing up. So he didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with his dad. And that's not good. He needed that time. I know he needed that time. But you got to make time. And I'm not putting it off on his dad, but you know, it just, you decide what's important in your life for yourself. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But it's hot. I'm fixing to go get the air conditioner and cool off because I'm soaked wet again. But last view for tonight. Oh yeah, them little boogers. I took the panel down that had been putting hay in that corner, and one of them stuck their head through and chewed my wire that goes to my charger. So I had to fix that. So anyway, there's our view tonight. Just opened it up. It's just going to be, it already is beautiful, but when everything's said and done, and it may be years down the road, it's really going to be beautiful. So, me and June says, with that said, June, don't walk off. We're trying to say goodbye to the people. Junior, we'll come back. We're not done. Yeah, come back. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, right, buddy? He says, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My phone is doing a little focusing. Whoop, there's Maggie. Maggie said, don't leave me out. And so they both say, hey, y'all. Maggie, don't bite it. Maggie, subscribe to the channel, right, guys? Yeah. And hit the notification bell. There's the neighbor's dog. So every time we upload a video, you'll be notified. And we thank y'all, and I hope y'all are staying cool. I hope y'all are getting cooler weather than we are. And we'll catch you on the next one.